Hello. You ever notice this strong button up here? What's that do? I got a handful of Keurig coffee makers. Not just Keurig. I've got a whole bunch of K-Cup coffee makers from other brands also. Most of them don't have a strong button, but some of them do. This right here is the Keurig K-Mini Plus. It has the strong button. I also have the regular K-Mini out in my garage. I don't use it anymore because it doesn't have a strong button. First of all, if you want to learn more about the K-Mini Plus, I got a review for it, kind of linked right up here. I cover everything about it, but for the sake of this video, we're only going to be talking about the strong button. Some other brands call it a bold button. It's basically the same thing. If you have no idea what it does, then you're not alone. Lots of people don't. Some people push it if they've got it and they don't even know what it does. The short answer for what it does is it slows the flow of water through your K-Cup into your coffee mug. So why is that a good thing? Why do you want the water to go through slower? Because if it goes through really fast, the coffee flavors don't extract from the coffee grind as well as they should. If you've ever gone to a fancy coffee shop and gotten pour-over coffee, you'll notice that the barista doesn't just pour all the water into the pour-over and walk away. They pour it through slowly. The slower the water goes through, the more even and the better extraction you're going to get. The better the flavor is going to be. That's the purpose of the strong button. Now, every K-Cup coffee maker has an internal heating tank, whether it's a water in, water out system like this, or if it's a full like water reservoir system like many of the other K-Cup brewers. The water will travel into the machine when you hit the brew button, and there will be an internal chamber where the water is warmed up. Now, that process is, every machine has its own time frame to get that done. Whether it's got the strong button or not, that time frame is always the same for that machine. So if I brew with this with the strong or without, the warm-up time is the same. With the strong button, however, the water flows through the K-Cup slower. So what I'm going to do for you today is brew 2 cups of coffee, one of them with the strong button and one without. I'm going to time how long each one takes. That way you kind of understand a little bit about the difference in time. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think the flavor improvement in using the strong button is worth it for the small incremental increase in time it takes to brew a cup of coffee. I tend to brew 6 to 8 ounce cups. I've got 8 ounces of water here. I'm going to put it in the reservoir and brew without hitting the strong button, and we're going to time it. Once that's done, I'm going to put 8 ounces of water back into the reservoir and brew again, this time with the strong button, timing it both times, and we're going to compare how much difference there is. All right, so that was cool. That took about 45 seconds or so. That was without the strong button. Now I'm going to do it again, this time with the strong button. I know the time's going to be a little bit longer. Let's find out how much. Again, I'm putting exactly 8 ounces of water in, the same as the last time. And we're off to the races. Now I have 2 cups of coffee. I'm going to be a little bit caffeinated later today. As you watch this one brew, I don't know how I'm going to edit this video. Maybe I'll put it in fast motion. The 8 ounce cup that did not have the strong button took 49 seconds from the moment the first drips came out until it was done. The one with the strong brew took 1 minute and 3 seconds. So what is that, a difference of 11, 3, 14? It took 14 extra seconds to brew the strong versus the regular.
and you can actually taste the difference. It's not a dramatic difference, don't get me wrong. If you were brewing 12-ounce cups of coffee, the difference in time would be a little bit more pronounced. I wouldn't recommend doing 12-ounce cups of coffee because it'd be pretty weak. In fact, that's one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make when they brew coffee out of Keurig and K-Cup coffee makers. I also have a video about a bunch of other mistakes that people make when they brew K-Cup coffee. It's linked right up here. It's also linked down below in the description. I hope you take a look at that. If you're shopping around for a Keurig machine, I would greatly encourage you to choose one with a strong button. It makes a difference. Thank you for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.